What's up? Okay. What's up, y'all? Or should I say, konnichiwa? I mean, someone might go and say cultural appropriation or something. Whatever. What's up, y'all? I'm sticking with that. What's up, y'all? What am I doing at the moment? I don't know what I'm doing. But why did I say konnichiwa? That's because today we're talking about 3 games set in feudal Japan for those history buffs out there. You know, like probably ninjas or samurais and all that. Anyway, just feudal Japan. If you think about it, there's Ronin and Naruto. Naruto. Just games set in general, but that's a stretch. Now, let's not dilly-dally. But it'd be funny like to tackle the Naruto games here, don't you think? Thankfully, we're not going to, you know. I mean, they're great games, really, but they're not for this topic. They're not really set in feudal Japan. Also, these games are not ranked by any order, so do take note of that. Now, first up, if you're a fan of real-time strategy games, here's something for you. Enter Total War Shogun 2. If you've been looking for games set in feudal Japan for quite some time, then you probably know about this already. This might be a sign for you to get right back in the game. However, if you haven't heard of this game, then it's really easy to explain. It's an RTS game, and it has you it's got you in control of a lot of factions from feudal Japan. Now, this isn't just a fictionalized version of Japan from the feudal ages, by the way. It is Japan from the feudal ages. The only thing that's slightly fictionalized are the battles themselves, but even you can make those as historical as you want them to be. Again, they are only slightly fictionalized. That means you can still do historical battles and all of that. Now, there's land and sea battles if that piques your interest, and those battles, both on land and sea, are large scale. You hear that? Large scale. Now, there's not just a few units on a map, they're everywhere. It's a lot of units that you have to command and utilize properly to win the battle. If you're new to strategy games, this game is right for you. It's a great entry to the Total War franchise, and the Total War franchise is like a series of games, strategy games and all that. So, yeah, the systems are newbie friendly and it's polished, and there's a huge gathering around the game saying that it is, by far, one of the greatest Total War games. If you're not a newbie, well, this is still a welcome change, is it not? And if you've played the game already, you should go and play it again because it's fun. Now that we've talked about that, let's talk about Aragami, or Aragami. Or origami? No, I'm just kidding. It's Aragami. It's a stealth adventure game developed by the now defunct indie studio Lens Works. You know for the most part that indie studios and games are just great, especially when they're older games, and especially when they're, like studios that shut down or something. I mean, that's for the most part. Anyway, Aragami is no exception. There's 2 Aragami games really, but the first one is what we're talking about, so you can just get started on the series. Also, the second game is vastly different from the first one, so do keep that in mind. So, what is Aragami? Apart from a stealth adventure game, well, it's just that. It's a stealth adventure game. I'm not going to talk about the story to avoid spoilers. That's not the point of this whole video, but the game is set in an alternate mythological version of Japan, and the designs and style and the general overall feel of the game screams feudal Japan, so it's definitely set in feudal Japan, albeit an alternate version of it. It's still set in Japan, so bleh. The gameplay is just stealth. It's stealth, and there's also magic and teleportation and assassinations. The mechanics of this game are, well, personally, they're not really perfect, but they are well thought of. That's my opinion, though. They're unique in their own way. Also, it's not an open world game, by the way. You go through different levels, so if you're alright with that, then here's Aragami for you. And then we have Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Don't think this is just another Souls-like game. Imagine being a samurai and ninja at the same time. Sure, you can imagine the glory and greatness that is most commonly associated with samurais and or ninjas, but then again, you'll have to take into account like a lot of other things, like the honor, the dignity that you have to have as a samurai, or like the stealth, just what truly makes a ninja or samurai, like what makes them so cool and all of that. You get the idea. Now, I want you to take those things into the game. The patience you need to have after dying repeatedly, and every strike you make matters and will dictate the result of a fight. The combat in Sekiro is just a tad harder than it is on other Souls-like games. Ironically, the combat in Sekiro is also different. Relatively speaking, of course. Compared to other similar games, everything is so fast and everything is just out to kill you and all of that. You can't just dodge and dodge and dodge and dodge and dodge and dodge until you are able to strike. You have to parry the attacks. You have to parry and then strike. Once you learn how the flow of the combat goes, you'll realize it's very satisfying. Being able to parry and strike, it might end up being a frustrating experience as a new player, but if you think you're tough stuff, then go ahead, just get Sekiro. And that's about it. But honorable mention, Ghost of Tsushima. Now why is this an honorable mention and not, like truly a part of the list? Well, for the most part, you can't play it. If you are outside of the countries that PlayStation Network is available in, then there's practically no chance of you playing Ghost of Tsushima on PC legally. Unless, pirate it. Just kidding, don't do that. Unless. Anyway, that's about it from me today. It's great talking to you guys, even though I'm actually really just talking to myself. Schizo moment. Have a fun day. If you've got any suggestions or better recommendations, why not comment them down below? Thanks a lot.